we had an evacuation order that they sent out by accident to people even down where I'm at.
Yeah, what was that?
It was some guy who fucked up. Because I don't know if you know, this is gonna be shocking. Grab the table.
Wait a minute.
LA's not run very well.
Hold on.
I know. Hold on.
What the fuck are you saying?
Because see, here's the thing. We have to worry about. I know.
Isn't the chief of fire department a lesbian?
Now hold
LA's
on. Let's not turn
amazing.
this into. Listen. Here's the bottom line.
It's run amazingly.
It's not about infrastructure. Infrastructure's got to take.
I won't sit here while you disparage the great people
Sir,
that are running Los Angeles.
Sir, infrastructure's got to take a backseat to climate change and social justice and homeless abatement, which hasn't worked.
See, the lady who's responsible for filling the fire hydrants gets paid $750,000 a year.
Hey, your tax dollars going to good work there, everybody.
That's a lot of money.
You think?
That's sitcom
You
money.
think? I said
That's like I'm the star of a sitcom.
Oh, dude.
Not a star, but like you're the third person.
No,
on a sitcom.
that's a high wage, sir. $750,000
yeah.
for a city employer
for someone just like fill that one.
How the
Get the
aquifers?
waters.
How the aquifers today?
Get the water in that one.
You know what? We got to protect the Delta smelt.
Yeah.
Which whatever the fuck that is. So
Well,
we gotta. You know.
Trump was talking about that on the podcast. On the podcast I did with him, Trump was going on this long rampage about Los Angeles and the fires and how it all can be prevented and they could have plenty of water. He explained the whole thing, and he's right.
Here's my whole philosophy. You guys know, that we have a tinderbox. And you can say that there are a lot of people that live there. The fires it's always a potential. If that's the case, then please make sure the fire hydrants. We've got to be able to figure it out. You guys in LA, California came up with AI. I mean, the Silicon Valley was pretty innovative people. Let's figure out a way to keep the fucking...
Very different people.
They are very different
people,
people,
That's like saying people in America are homeless and also Elon Musk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, get some people down in government who are innovative like that. What the fuck are we doing?
They don't want to do that job.
Do you know the City Council of Los Angeles? 4 of the members of the City Council are far-left social Democrats. How about that? There's zero pushback on ideas. It's just all ideology.
It's all an echo chamber. Well, I'm hoping now that this is a giant wake-up call for these people. I mean,
good luck.
There's no positivity that's going to come out of a horrific fire like that. But at least it'll wake. Because look, that area, Adam Carolla was on someone's show talking about this, and he said something that's like very. I think he was actually doing it himself.
Yeah, about permits.
Yeah. Well, he was just saying that there's 80% of the people that live there are far left. 80% of the people that got their houses burned down from complete total incompetence and lack of management. That's total incompetence.
Yeah.
80% of those people are far left people, and that's a giant wake up call when you realize, like, no, these fucking people, this is not the way to do it. Did you see that lady, the fire lady, who's a part of this whole diversity thing? And they said, "You're a woman firefighter. Can you carry my husband out of a burning building?" She was like, "Well, if your husband's in a burning building, he already made a mistake."
Is that what she said?
She said, there's a viral clip that's going around now of a conversation that I had with Sam Morrell a while back. And we were talking about, when I was on Fear Factor, how this fireman told me that this was going to happen one day.
Yeah.
He said it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
With the right wind, he's like, we won't be able to stop it. And now that's gone viral. And then the Trump thing went viral too, because Trump was saying that they need to do something to change this. They need to clean up the forest, get rid of all the dead wood.
Yeah.
All these things could be done. Get rid of all the brush, get rid of all the dead wood, open up that fucking water.
In this fascinating clip from JRE number 1284, Graham Hancock explores the mystery of the Olmec civilization.
I explored the Olmec mystery in considerable depth. It's considered to be the earliest high culture of Central America. Everybody's heard about the Aztecs. Everybody's heard about the Maya. But before the Aztecs and before the Maya, there were a culture who are referred to as the Olmecs. Again, we don't know what they called themselves. That's what the Aztecs called them. They called them the Olmecs, and it means the rubber people because that rubber-producing area of Mexico. They worked in giant megalithic constructions. What they're most famous for is these huge carved human heads, which can be on a scale of up to 20 to 25 tons in weight, and which have curious features which have been interpreted variously as Polynesian, African, don't look like classic Native American features.
Keep that up.
But one of the things I've realized is that there is no classic Native American feature. That Native Americans are have a very complex genetic story with very many different elements brought into it.
Joe goes on to ask Graham if he knows what the helmets are.
Nobody knows, because no physical example of such a helmet has ever been found, just like no physical example of an Egyptian pharaoh's crown has ever been found. All we see is the stone reproductions of them. There's another fascinating figure from La Venta, one of the Olmec sites, which is the earliest ever image of a plumed or feathered serpent. The feathered serpent is a famous icon. Sitting in the middle of it is this human figure who's holding this strange bag in his hand. And it's just a fact that those identical bags are found in ancient Sumer in the hands of individuals who were considered to be civilization bringers, and they also show up on Pillar 43 at Göbekli Tepe. I call them man bags. And in that case, at Göbekli Tepe, we know they're at least 11,600 years old.
Graham then tells Joe that other skulls have been found in Brazil with similar features to the Olmec heads, suggesting a broader pattern of diversity in ancient populations across the Americas.
It's been known by archaeologists for quite a long time that there are anomalous skulls in parts of Brazil, which appear to show very strongly Polynesian or African features, very much like the features that we see on the Olmec heads. And a number of archaeologists who got into trouble with their colleagues for this have used that to argue many years ago, 30, 40 years ago, that the settlement story of the Americas is much more complicated than we've realized.
Graham then tells Joe that there is genetic evidence indicating that Polynesians and Aboriginal peoples may have had a presence in the Amazon, which could potentially explain the distinctive facial features seen in the Olmec sculptures. He concludes by highlighting the cultural and symbolic links between the Olmecs and the later civilizations of the region.
But what's fascinating about them is they are supposedly the first high civilization of Central America, that they create structures on a massive scale, that you can see connections between them and the later Maya. That whole mystery of the Mayan calendar was clearly inherited from the Olmecs. It wasn't something the Maya made up. The Olmecs used that same symbolism. So the Mayan calendar is actually an Olmec calendar. And if we then consider the possibility that the Olmecs may just be the latest, the earliest surviving manifestation of that calendar, it could go back much further than that.